Hey friends, hello everyone. Welcome to Raincross Farms Makery. We are happy to have you here today. And right now we are hosting one of the segments on Craft Round the Clock for their Sunflower Week. So we have a fun sunflower project to work on. My name is Robin, and behind the camera and behind the computer is my husband Bill. We are coming to you from our little farm right outside of Lewiston, Idaho. So we are happy to have you here. We like to do crafts. We like to share them with you. We like to inspire you to do creative things. So welcome, welcome. If you are watching and there's a red box up here that says live, you're watching us in real time. If that box is not there, you're watching the replay. It's all good. We love to have you watch whenever you can. Just we would ask that you would comment #replay so we know when you saw our video. So if you're here, hop on, say hello, let us know you're watching. Let us not feel all alone up here. And I'm going to attempt to pull this up on my phone so I can get a closer view of comments. Hey, so good morning. Well, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome, Patty. Welcome, Sherry. Good morning, sunshine to you too. Lisa, welcome. Good afternoon to you. It's only 10 o'clock here, but I know if you're across the United States or in Canada or wherever, you might not be morning. So anyway, welcome, welcome. Couple of housekeeping things. People who do lives really appreciate if you can give your support in any of these ways by giving us a heart on our video, following our page, sprinkling out our video to your page, to a friend that you think might be interested in this, or if you belong to any craft groups that accept live videos, we would love it if you would sprinkle that out. And we do have our stars activated. We so appreciate any support that you give us in that manner, but we appreciate any support that you give us. Melissa, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those stars. We very much appreciate it. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for sprinkling us out. I know that's your big job. I don't know how you do that. Anyway, it looks like everyone has been having a great week on Sunflower Week, Craft Around the Clock. So if you've missed any of the great projects, go to that website and take a look and watch a couple of the replays, but not yet because I've got a fun project that we're going to work on. We are going to make a sunflower wreath. I know a lot of people have made sunflower wreaths this week. I haven't seen this one, but I might have missed it. I don't know. Anyway, let me show you. You are going to need a wreath form. This is from the Dollar Tree, and it's a 14-inch. It's not crucial. If you could get a 12-inch, that would be fine. You could even actually do this same thing on one of the smaller wreaths, but you'll need a wreath form, one of these wire ones. And you will need, I'm going to be using an embroidery hoop because we're going to make the center of our sunflower. You just need something round that fits in there. We'll talk a little bit more about that. You are going to need a boatload of these bandanas. These I got from Walmart. They were over in where they have like jewelry and hair accessories, not over in the craft section. Anyway, you can get any kind of bandanas, but these, I love this color. It's kind of a gold color and it's got the white inside. This is going to make gorgeous sunflower petals. Anyway, you're going to need about 9 of these. They were $1.97, but if I'm not mistaken, they were marked down to like $1.50 or something like that. So you're going to need about 9 of those. And take this apart. You're going to need a couple other things that I will talk about in a moment. Okay, one other thing you're going to need is you're going to need some sort of ribbon. This is Dollar Tree. It is just a burlap ribbon. Doesn't have to be wired. You could actually just use scrap fabric and kind of rip it in strips. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to wrap the outside rings of this, and you'll see why before we're done why I'm doing that. So let me just kind of get that quickly started so you can see what I'm talking about. Start here. Now you don't want to wrap this inside ring. I'm just going to, I'm gonna get a little clip here just to kind of hold it, and you just need to loosely wrap it. And do this. Just loosely wrap it around the edge. I'm doing this because you want a solid surface. Am I missing any comments? Fran, you're here. Yay. Vintage Retail Therapy is in the house. Thank you. I see some other people watching. Hey, sorry if I'm missing any comments. There we go. My husband is putting it up. Okay, so it doesn't have to, you're not going to see this, but it's going to be important that you get like a solid surface. So I'm just going to wrap it around. Again, I'm not wrapping this center ring. So did you have a baseball game last night, Fran? My friend Fran plays baseball with the boys. Okay, let me show you this from the overhead. And I'm doing it kind of tightly, but I'm not worried about covering up absolutely everything. Again, this is not going to show, but I think it's important to do. Yeah. Now, I think this Dollar Tree one is 9 feet, which is not going to be quite enough. So if you get the Dollar Tree one that's 9 feet long, you might want to get 2 of them. And you might not need all of 2 of them, but you can use it for something else. Wrapping that. And I'm going to stop there. I'm just going to give it a dab of glue. Try not to burn my finger. Hold it in place. Another dab of glue. This is actually, I've already got one of these partly done, but I just want to show you the process from start to finish. You can get rid of that thing. Okay, so I've got that done. I don't know if I'm overhead or not. My view is blocked. Okay, there we go. So just something like this. It doesn't have to be this ribbon. It could just be strips of an old sheet that you ripped up. Okay, so something that gives it a solid surface. And we're going to take this bandana and I'm going to open it up. Let me see. Let me tell you about how big it is. This is about 22 by 22. That's not crucial, but this has seemed to be a good size. And I'm going to press it, get some of these wrinkles out, creases out. And I'm just going to use my little handy dandy iron. Doesn't have to be perfect, but get those out. Just so I don't have creases. Okay, something else you're going to want for that center part. I got a fat quarter of some fabric that kind of looks like the center of a sunflower, kind of, if you've ever grown sunflowers, that's kind of where the seeds grow. Not kind of, that's where the seeds grow, unless it's ornamental and doesn't have seeds. But so I found this fabric, it's kind of splotchy brown. That reminded me of the seeds, the seed center of a sunflower. So I'm going to just press the wrinkles out of a section of this. We're going to put this on that embroidery hoop to go in the center. I'm not going to use the whole thing. So you don't have to go buy a fat quarter. You may have some fabric laying around. You might have an old shirt or something that you could use Nothing really magical about this, but something that kind of reminds you of the center of a sunflower. So I'm going to come back to this, set that aside. Okay, I think I'm done with my ironing. Let me move that over there. Okay, Melissa, I love sunflowers too. You lost 8 to 9. I did get a hit and got on base. Well, that is awesome. You're still a pitcher, right? Okay, so I'm taking this. It's still folded in half. I'm going to end up cutting this into 4 pieces. And it doesn't have to be exact. So I'm just going to finger press this here so I know where my center is. Get my good scissors. And I'm going to cut right there. Again, don't worry too much about it. Then I'm going to open this up. I have my little center line right there. And when I'm done, I should have 4 square-ish pieces. Show you what we're going to do. We're going to use these to make the petals on our sunflower. It's going to be so cute. Okay, so there you have them. Now, the next thing we're going to do is you're going to need some zip ties. You could probably do it with a twist tie, but I found these to work really well. These, again, are Dollar Tree. I don't know what that did. Dollar Tree nylon cable ties. You're going to need at least 36 of them. I think there's 60 in here. So I'm going to get some of these out. Those, it doesn't, I've done it with as short as 4-inch. These are probably 8-inch. You're going to end up cutting off the excess. Okay, so I've got one of my squares here. It's got a finished edge on 2 sides. So I'm going to make sure that the finished side is down. Okay, and I think you're going to want to go overhead for this, Bill. So I've got it. I've got the 2 finished sides here. The pretty side is down. I'm going to pull this up and make a triangle here. And then I'm going to gather this straight edge. So watch as I do it. And I've got a little trick here that helps them to lay. So I'm just going to flip this over about like that. Again, nothing crucial, doesn't have to be measured. And then I'm just going to come along and gather this up. And this little part at the end here, I'm going to flip it over also. And then I'm going to pinch it here. So I have kind of this little feather-shaped thing. Okay. I'm going to hold it in my hand, or you could take a little rubber band if you don't want to just hold it in your hand. And we are going to actually zip tie it to this inside ring. So I'm going to pinch it there. I'm going to take a zip tie, flip this around just that inside ring. I'm going to get it started. You might want the shorter ones, but I'm going to get it started. I'm not going to completely tighten it down yet because I'm going to turn this to the back and finish tightening it off. And then I'll trim that later. So there I have one of my petals laid down. So let me do that again. Finished edge, finished edge. Don't worry about the writing. I'm going to put the pretty side down. Flip this up. If it doesn't match up perfectly, it doesn't matter. I'm going to just kind of turn this over so it kind of gives it a little wing. That kind of, when I do that, it kind of pulls it back underneath here. And then I'm just kind of scrunching it up. And then when I get to the end, I'm flipping that over. And there I've got another one. So I'm going to put it pretty side up. Start my start my zip tie. How am I doing on time? So if you find that this is kind of awkward, you're not dexterous enough, you can always, and I'll show you in a minute, you can always tie these off with rubber bands, then you don't have to hold it. Yeah, I'm pushing it to the back, and then I am pulling up that zip tie. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put 6 of them in each one of these little sections. There's 6 sections of this wreath, and I'm going to put 6 of them in each little section. So I'm going to end up with 36. So that's why I need 9 of these. And here we go. Pretty cute. Okay, so let me show you. I did one so you don't have to watch all of this. I've got one started. And I'm going to show you. So here I've got it about halfway done. Isn't that pretty? Can you see? Can you see the sunflower in it? I'm still the pitcher. I pitch better than I hit. Well, that's good. Okay. This side. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. Do some more of these. And then I've got some pre-made little bundles that I will show you. So again, edge to edge. And scoop it up. Lay it down right over that bottom ring. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, I see lots of people watching. Please pop on, say hello, let me know who's here. And kind of let that go for just a second. And I'm going to push this to the back before I cinch it down. And you can see I've already trimmed those. Let me do a couple more. Okay, so hopefully you can see me. I'm not paying any attention to where the camera is. Again, just kind of bundle it up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Flip that down. Turn it over. Get down. They will continue to slide on here, so don't feel like you have to get it perfectly in place just yet. Just get it on that ring. Again, that's the inside ring. We have attached, we have wrapped the first 3 rings in just some burlap ribbon, and I'll show you why that's important in a moment. I'm going to that twist tie to the back. Let's do another one. And once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty fast. Gather this up. Okay, tell me, what do you think of this color of bandana? It's kind of a mustardy gold. I've seen bright yellow bandanas, and I don't know, maybe I kind of lean towards more of the autumn colors anyway, but I really like this gold for sunflowers, but you could do the bright yellow also. And a lot of bandanas have the black design, which would work fine. I kind of like it with the white. Okay, so now how many do I have there? I have 1, 2, 3 in that section. Let's do 3 more. Again, I've got the finished edge up at the top. I'm putting the pretty side down for right now. Flip that over. Scrunch it up. That in. Go, and I have this little like teardrop leaf shape thing. Zip tie. Try to do it one-handed. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so are we liking this golden yellow? Or would you prefer more of a bright yellow?
I think one of the nice things about it is it'll end up rolling into the harvest
That's
time.
true. Well, and that's kind of when our sunflowers bloomed, more late summer, depending on where you live. And okay, so if anything is confusing, make sure you ask me now while I'm live. Or if you're watching the replay, you are welcome to put your question in the comment. Okay, okay, Patty really likes this color. Kind of a golden yellow. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. And then I've got some pre-made ones I'm going to start putting on. But I wanted to make sure you saw what I was doing here. This is a no-sew project. Zip tie just around that inside ring, which we left exposed. Okay, hi Dina. Love the fall yellowish color. I do too. The only place I've seen these is Walmart. I looked online and you can get this color, but it didn't seem to be able to get all of one color. It came like in a set. So check out your Walmart. I didn't check online, but they are, I think it's Time and True, you know, I think it threw that away. What I did with it. I think it's the Time and True brand. Well, I'll look for it. Okay, so I've got 6 of them in that section. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of arrange them just a little bit. And then I'm going to flip them over. And then this is why I have this ribbon here, is I'm going to just put a wad of hot glue and push them down. That kind of helps them stay upright. Otherwise, after a while, gravity will take over and all of your little leaves, which is true of many things, gravity will take over and the little petals will fall forward. This kind of helps glue them onto a backer. Okay. Now, I've got some pre-made bundles. I was telling you, you could take them. I just made these up and I just secured it with a little, one of those little mini rubber bands you can get, you get your hair accessories. So I'm going to finish this up. So it really doesn't take that long. You can remove those rubber bands or not. You can just leave them on. Won't matter because they're going to be covered. Okay, slide it to the back. Another one. Zip tie. Zip it on. Don't cinch it down just yet till you turn it to the back. Okay. Oh, I see a notice that Hannah is watching. Hello, Hannah. Say hello. Let's do another one. So 6 in each section. So you'll end up with 36 of them. It's, if you only had 35, it's fine. If you squeezed in 40, it doesn't matter. Just want some good coverage. So you can see once these bundles are made, it goes pretty quickly. Simple craft you could be doing while you're watching TV. Hey, Bill, I can't see the comments on the monitor. There you go. Okay, so if you're liking this color, I am too. And there's no reason you couldn't. I've also seen this with red, white, and blue bandanas. So they took the blue ones and they filled up like 2 of the sections, and then they alternated red and white on the other sections, and it looked really cute. It looked kind of like a flag. That was the point. Okay, let's get one more squeezed in there. So it is Wednesday. How is your week going? What's going on? How are you staying cool? Because I'm hearing a lot of people talking about how hot it is where they are. Tighten these up. Okay. Got 6 of them in there, and I'm gonna finish this next section. Got 6 more. The next section. How many of you are sunflower lovers? We grew some gigantic sunflowers a couple years ago. They were gorgeous. And we were going to harvest all of the sunflower seeds and roast them and do all that good stuff, but we were leaving for an out-of-state vacation. And so we put them in the garage to dry. And of course, while we were gone, some critters helped themselves to a mega sunflower seed feast. So there weren't as many to roast up when we got home. Oh, here I am reading that comment. Staying cool by helping your wife do her lives. Well, that's because you are a cool husband.
Oh, hours.
Uh-oh.
That's the magic word.
We are going to, in a moment, we're going to do a chalk. We're going to chalk on that little centerpiece. So if you're interested if you want a sneak peek of what transfer I'm going to use, you can type in the word sunflower. Let's see. Okay, when you get to the end, you're going to have to start squeezing these in. The more the merrier. Doing good on time. Hope so. Okay, push that to the back. Tighten it. Okay, so I've got 15 minutes. We've got this. We've got this. Okay, let's turn that around. Okay. Yes, it is. And I've already got half of them cut off. Okay, so I'm going back here to where I have not already glued them down. I'm just kind of arranging them. You don't have to spend too much time on it. I'm just trying to make sure that any raw edges are down, and then I'm going to flip this over, and where I've got this ribbon, remember I had you put down some ribbon. I'm just going to put on some glue and flop these back and push them down, so it kind of gives it something a background to stand up against. I'm going to trim all of these. Just trim them off. I wish there was a craft you could do with those. Okay, so nobody has any questions? It's all clear as mud. How many of you are going to try one of these? I think I might go back to Walmart and look and see if they have any red, white, and blue. Now you can, this is kind of muddledy in the middle. That's okay. We're going to cover that up. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get out my ink mat, although we're not going to use ink. But this is just a sticky plastic mat, a lot like a Cricut mat. And I'm going to put this down so that my fabric sticks here. I'm going to make sure that fits on there. And then we're going to chalk a really cute little phrase. It says, "Here comes the sun." Get it? Sunflower.
I get it. You made it.
Sunflower. And so we're just going to chalk this right here in the middle. And that's going to be in the middle of our sunflower. I've used this a time or two, and I'm putting it on fabric, so I don't need to fuzz it. Our transfers are sticky backed, and they're meant to be reusable. So you can see I've used it before, and I can use it 10 to 12 times guaranteed by the company. And I know if I clean it up and take really good care of it, it's going to last me a lot longer than that. Set this aside, and I'm going to take my chalk paste. This is chalk in paste form. I'm going to use, this is Bumblebee color. It's not the exact color, but I want it to pop on this brown. So I'm using my bright yellow. Okay. So I'm putting a little bit of it on my squeegee. And ordinarily on fabric, I would use ink and heat set it, but this is not going to get washed. So paste will work perfectly fine. It won't be permanent, but again, I'm not going to take this down and wash it.
But we're going outside.
If we're going outside, maybe. Okay. So clean up my excess paste. Plump right there. And put that in some water. Clean this up. Okay, watch this. Ooh, here comes the sun. Isn't that pretty? I love that. That's going to be in the center of our sunflower. So I'm going to give it a quick dry, so I don't smudge it. Once it's dry, it's smudge and budge proof. This paste, however, is not washable. If I wanted to do something permanent that was washable, I would use our inks. I do the same process, except I would heat set it with my iron. I want to be careful. I have my ink mat still under here, so I don't want to put too much heat on it. That could warp my ink mat. But I am going to take this off. This is another reason why I use the ink mat, is it will catch any paste or ink that bleeds through, and that way I don't get it where I don't want it. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this centered. This is a big center. Okay, does that look like it's centered? Tighten this down. Tighten it. Okay. So the trick to this is get it sort of tight and then pull it through and then tighten it some more. Okay. Let's tighten this up. And then we are going to trim a little bit off here. We're going to leave a little bit because I'm going to glue it under. Thank you for sprinkling, Lisa. Certainly appreciate that. We're always looking for new viewers, new followers. Welcome, Vicki. There you are. Welcome. First time watching. Welcome. We hope you will think about following our page. We are in northern Idaho. And we like to do crafts, and we go on quite frequently doing crafting lives. Yeah, need some more. And I'm just going to tack this down just so it doesn't show on the outside. I don't know why I'm shaky. I must need to eat something. Or I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. Welcome, first timers. Where are you from, Jennifer? We are glad you're here joining us. We hope you will follow our page and watch some more of our lives. And again, if you are interested in this chalk transfer that I just used, super easy, very versatile. You'll see us use them. I'm a Chalk Couture independent designer. If you are interested in the products or supply list, you can just type the word sunflower and my bot will send you a link and you can take a look. Okay, so here's our center. Let's attach it here. There is not a top or bottom. You decide, and then that fits in there perfectly. What do you think? How does that look? Now, what I probably should have done is stained this or painted it, but I didn't. So just enough time. So I'm going to put glue all the way around the edge. Try to get this before it. Oh, Ohio. My dad was born in Ohio. Okay. And I'm just going to stick it there, and wherever it lands is the center. Okay, so there we have it. I'm going to let that glue set up. And here's our cute sunflower wreath. What do you think? Cute, cute, cute. I'm loving it. Okay, now again, gravity will eventually take over, and these little petals will kind of fall forward. So here is a little trick you can try. When you first iron them, you can use spray starch, and that will kind of stiffen them up. Or you can, I use this stiffened stuff. It's by Beacon. I get it. I think craft stores have it. They definitely have it on Amazon. And it's a spray, and it stiffens up the fabric. So I'm just going to spray it on. Kind of old, so my sprayer doesn't want to work really well. Anyway, I'll spray that on, and when it dries, the fabric will be a little bit stiffer. And okay, not wanting to spray. And then if you want it a little bit stiffer, you can give it a second spray. So you kind of want to soak it. They also have a paint on kind, but I prefer the spray. Okay, Hobby Lobby has it. I don't see a price tag, so it's probably available at any craft stores, especially where they sell fabric. I think that's kind of what it's meant for. But anyway, so spray it all, let it dry. You can dry it with a blow dryer, or you can just let it sit for a couple hours, and that fabric will stiffen up a bit, but it won't discolor it. It'll dry, it'll look great, and it will, unless you don't mind the little petals falling over. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. We have just a couple minutes. I would be negligent if I didn't show you how to clean our transfers. Okay, so our paste is water soluble, semi-permanent. And to clean it up, I'm just spraying regular water on. And then I like to start with, I have a little water bath over here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Okay. So I start with either a paper towel, or this is a Swedish dishcloth. So it's like a reusable. And I use this to get my initial layer of paste off. Okay. Now our colors are very highly pigmented, so it is going to stain this transfer a little bit, but that doesn't matter as long as I get all of the paste out of the screen. So when I'm done with this, I can toss a paper towel, or I can rinse this out and reuse it. I'm going to get one of our board erasers. These are a must. They are like magic erasers, but they have no chemicals. And then I'm going to use this, and this is going to, you can see it's going to pull even more of that paste off. I use the paper towel method first because I think it saves some wear and tear on this. And I'm going to turn it over, spray it again. You can still see there's yellow, so there's still paste in that screen. To do the back here, I'm going to remove any fuzz that we picked up on that fabric. And once that screen is clear, you have it cleaned. You don't worry about the staining. Okay. So I'm going to leave it dry, face up, air dry. And when it's dry, I'm going to put it back on its little backer sheet and then stick it back in its little cellophane envelope. And then I can reuse that 10 to 12 times, guaranteed by the company, even more than that if I take really good care of them and clean them up. So here is, again, our project. If you are interested in this transfer or any of the chalk supplies I used, you can comment sunflower. A couple other little announcements. If you'd like to see where I offer sales and deals and discounts and be the first to know about those, you can join my absolutely free VIP group. You can type in VIP and we'll send you the link to that. Again, it's absolutely free. I like to post photos of what my followers are crafting. I'm running, for the next 2 days, I'm running a couple of really great sales on both surfaces and paste and ink. So if you're interested in those, 2 days left on that. Comment sale, and I'll get you the link to that. If you're interested in a monthly subscription club, if you want to know more information about that, type in the word club, and I'll contact you, send you a link. You can see what it's all about. And if you are interested in either crafting like I have done, or maybe even making some money doing some of the things that I do, comment the word team, and I'll reach out to you and talk to you about how it might fit into your life. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And next up on Craft Round the Clock is Country Charm by Tracy. So I think she will have something wonderfully sunflowery for you too. And we certainly hope you will come back to Raincross Farms Makery and see what we're doing in the future, see what we've done in the past. Thanks so much for all your support. Thanks for, I'm going to go back through, and I know there's people here who I haven't commented to, but I will get you in the comments. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you later. I'm going to pose for just a second.